Claude how to edit my videos, and it has saved me a ton of time. We're talking hours and hours of time because there is so much stumbling and stuttering and messing up on words and retakes and all these types of things that you just do not want in the video, of course, but you have to take the time to go through and read through them. And one day I thought to myself, I'm like, hey, I am sick and tired of doing this on my own. And yes, DaVinci has that really cool feature where you can go through and read through the transcript and find everything that doesn't belong, but it's not perfect. And it didn't honestly save me that much time going through that time. And I thought, if I can read this text, then Claude can probably read this text. And so I decided to make a skill for this. And it works. And I've been so excited about how well this works and how much time this has saved me that I've been really excited to make a video about this. The best part about this is that you don't have to recreate this at all. All you have to do is go to my free school community and then download the skill from there. If you've never used a skill before, basically it's just a list of instructions that Claude is going to use as your AI to be able to understand exactly what you need to do to edit your video. The skill is really easy to set up and should be up and running in just a few minutes and works even if you've never written a single line of code in your life. Because once you have it downloaded, all you'll need to do is tell Claude, hey, I would like to edit this video, and it's going to know exactly what you need to do. And guess what? It gets better every single time you use it. I'll show you how easy this is by quickly running through this, because all I need to do is just take all the clips that I have from the recording, and these are recordings from my last YouTube video that I did. And so I just click and drag them into the inputs folder. Then I'll select the 3 items, right click on it and hold down Option. Then I'll press that button that says copy 3 items as path names. And path names are just basically addresses for where things are at on your computer. That way Claude knows where it's at. Run the rough cut skill on these files. Then you get the results. As you can see that it did a lot for me. So I had a total of 25 minutes in this recording. It kept 6 minutes of it. So that's 74% of the video that I did not have to watch through to know that it was just going to get removed anyways. 61 retakes, 5 stutters, 82 silences, and then 11 LLM removals. Basically, it got me to a final answer. Let's open this up in DaVinci and see what this looks like. So now that we're in DaVinci, all we're going to do is take those clips that we originally recorded and then drag them into our media pool. So we right click, we go to timelines, import, and then this button with the AAF, EDL, and so on. What we're looking for is that rough cut EDL video. We'll click on it, then press import. All of this is fine. And you can see that we've got our video with all of the different cuts in it, which is really, really great. And then you can see over here, for example, watch over here where you see me on the screen, you'll see me jump a little bit, but it sounds smooth and it was able to make some cuts out of the way. It's not the right answer. So what's really cool about what Anthropic is saying here is it says that early testers report, but AI, as we know, likes to give answers with a surety, even if they know. But as we know, with our experience with AI, it likes to hallucinate and give answers with a surety, even if it's not the right answer. So you can see that I made this statement, then there was that really long pause, and then it was able to make sure that there was a jump between when I began that pause and ended that pause to make the video seem a lot more seamless. So I didn't have to go through and make those edits myself. So even though this has saved you hours and cut out 74% of the video you don't need, you're going to realize that you're going to need to polish a few places. Sometimes you need to drag it to cut it a little bit more or make it a little bit longer in different scenes. So you'll need to look especially on those edges to make sure it got everything right. So for example, you'll see this here, those preview, and then you can see open where I just kind of lean back. And so like, okay, that's just kind of out of the way. So I'll just take that. And then over here, like workflows. So what this means now, so it says that there was a part that it missed, so I'll just delete that part. Then you'll go through those small changes for the rest of your video, and you should be good to go with that rough cut. Once you're done with that initial rough cut and really happy with how it looks, you'll go back, go to timelines, export, and then export as the AAF, XML, etc. And then call it our final timeline, and then press save. We'll then right-click that timeline again, grab that path name by holding down Option, then copy path name. So we can tell Claude again where that's at. And we'll just say something like, I just finished editing the rough cut and have a final timeline. Can you review the difference between the two and find out what we can do differently next time to get an even better result? And then you can see the results. And it looks like we had about 88.2% agreement, which is pretty good. So the word level agreement was about 88.2%. It had AI kept and I cut about 280 words. And then AI cut where I kept about 60 words. So this is stuff that I'm adding back, and then this is stuff that I'm cutting. And you can tell that it's actually thinking about this smartly too, and it's thinking about it the way that I want it to as well. I want it to be more conservative with its cuts and keep things when in doubt, which is great, which I agree, and it did a really good job. So here's where it gets really interesting. It noticed that I made a lot of changes, especially on the intro. This is actually where I make most of the adjustments when I make my videos. I'm trying out different hooks and intros and things like that, and I can often say things that are really different from each other. And the way that this works is it's kind of noticing patterns that are similar from sentence to sentence. But what happens if the sentences are completely different from each other? And so it has a hard time deciding, is this something new that I should keep, or is this something that's just a repeat in a different take? And so it recognized that, and it's saying, okay, I'm kind of noticing that we need to make those changes, but what do we need to do for next time to make sure that we can get the correct take done? And so it says there's actually some things that I can do. Like here, for example, it says if you do multiple intro takes, a half-second pause, and a throwaway cue word before the keeper take, something like, okay, real one, gives the detector a much clearer boundary than rewording the same intro 3 times. So it's saying that if I give some sort of indication of when I'm starting a new take, the AI is going to have a much easier job figuring out which takes to get rid of. Then it also has some other suggestions here, like we can lower the global semantic retake threshold. So it's just saying we can lower the threshold that it takes for saying this is a retake or not. But the problem with that is it might accidentally cut too much. In my case, I'm actually just going to leave it how it is. I actually really liked how good this one turned out. And so I don't want to make any changes right now because I like the system. And then I would send it, and then the changes would be implemented. So there's a bonus for YouTubers specifically in this skill, because the way that it works is it's actually creating a transcript of the entire video that you made. So once you're done and completed with your timeline, this skill knows to create a new transcript based off of the new timeline. So in other words, now you have another transcript that it's perfect. You don't have to go back and retranscribe everything. But not only that, every single word in the transcript is time-stamped. That makes it incredibly useful for doing things like creating a description of your entire video based off of the actual transcript that happened. But not only that, because everything is time-stamped to the word, it's able to make automatic chapters for you in your description. So you don't even have to set any of your chapters when you're creating your descriptions. Hey chat, this actually looks pretty good, so let's not make any of these changes for now and leave it as it is. But let's go forward and make the description and then chapter marks for this video. And there we go. It's got my entire YouTube description in its typical format, along with those chapter markers with the exact placement of where everything should be based off of the transcript, which is awesome. You see there's the 11 seconds, 108, 201. It's perfect. So there's only a couple things that you need to do to get this set up and working for you. The first thing is you need to go download the rough cut skill from my free school community. Once you've got it downloaded, add it into a new folder. I added this to a new folder called AI DaVinci Editing. And then all you're going to do is open up that zip file. If you're on a Mac, just double click it. Then we'll go to Claude Code and open a folder. You'll open up that rough cut kit. Then you're pretty much done, and Claude's going to do all of the rest of the steps for you except for one step. And for that step, you're going to need to make an account with Deepgram. And this is going to be the account that's going to do your speech to text transcribing. The reason why we use Deepgram instead of like Whisper or something like that is that it actually keeps in all the ums and ahs and timestamps those as well, which is what we want, so that our timeline can see those exact moments that we need to cut out from the beginning to the end of all those ums and ahs. Because if you're using just Whisper, which is what I started with, then it won't catch those or mark those, and so it's not able to find those ums and ahs that you need to cut out. And the best part about Deepgram is that it's free for your first $200 of credit. You don't have to enter a credit card or anything. All you need to do is come in here and get the free API key. I've been using this forever, and I still have not had to charge anything. It's like less than $1 every single time I push a YouTube video. And so $200 is plenty for you to be able to use. So you'll just come in here, press this free API key button, and then copy this secret. You do not want to lose this secret because you will not be able to see it again. It's basically a password to be able to get into the Deepgram app so that you can use it from Claude. From there, you'll just go back to that rough cut folder, and then you're going to go down to this .env.example file. If you do not see it, it's probably because you're on a Mac, and so you'll just need to press Command-Shift, period. And so you can see if I press Command-Shift, period, it makes those dot files appear or disappear. So you'll open up that .env file, and you can open that up with the text edit app. Then you'll find this little spot over here that says Deepgram API key, and you'll just paste in your API key right there. Press Command S to save it, and you're done with the most coding part that you will ever do with this. Now, anytime that you want, you can come into the Rough Cut Kit folder and drop in all of your recordings into that folder. Then you can come to Claude Code and say something like, hey, I'm ready to start editing my video. And it should go right through the rough cut process and save you hours of time. If you found this video helpful, remember to like and subscribe, and remember to find that free skill in my free school community in the link below. I'll catch you on the next one.